Hello and welcome into this episode of the Versus Podcast. My name is Matt, and with me today are Devin and Garrett. In this episode, we will be discussing the AFC North. Before we start, though, we would love it if you guys could like this video and subscribe to help us continue to grow and just so we can continue to bring more content to you guys. Garrett, let's start with you. How's it going?
It's going good. Chilling. Got a vacation coming up next week, so I'm excited for that.
Where are you headed?
Heading to Hilton Head. So
hey, there you go. There you go.
I'm excited. First vacation I've been excited for in a while. So
that's good.
Dang. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Dev, how's it going?
Doing good, man. Just living life, one day at a time.
There you go. Hey, that's some wise words right there.
That's all we can do.
Exactly. Well, let's dive right into it. I gotta say, this division is pretty intriguing to me because it feels like there's a lot of unknown surrounding one of the teams that could be a big contender in the division for sure. But I put up a Q&A on our Instagram about the AFC North, any questions that our listeners had. So just also, if you aren't following us, please go ahead and follow our Instagram. It's listed down below. We're going to be doing this for the rest of our predictions of each division. So if you want to ask us any questions, anything you want to hear, we would love that. So first question I have from you guys is from Jackson Trotter. He asks just about the Deshaun Watson situation, updates and thoughts. So Garrett, let's start with you. What do you think of the whole situation, and how do you see playing out?
Well, first off, shout out to the boy Jackson. Haven't seen him in a while, so hope all is well. But yeah, I don't see it going too well right now. From what it looks like, from what I've been hearing, it's like he could be suspended 2 to 8 games, which is like such a broad span of games, which is really hard to gauge and like how the Browns are going to do overall. I don't necessarily think that the Browns are screwed because I don't think Jacoby Brissett's a terrible quarterback, but obviously he's not Deshaun Watson. So, I think they'll be like around 500 if Jacoby Brissett's in for most of the season. But if Deshaun Watson's in, that'll be a whole different story. But I think that the NFL has to suspend him. There's just Deshaun Watson, he's a menace. So he's way too much evidence. What else do you describe him as? I mean, all this evidence is stacked up against him. It can't all just be a coincidence. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I just think it's funny how he's probably going to be suspended less than Calvin Ridley, who bet on a game. So that's pretty funny.
Dev?
Yeah, I don't really have a guess on how many games I think he's going to get suspended. I've kind of seen it all over the place. I mean, like what Garrett said, I've seen 2 games, 5 games. I saw something yesterday, and it probably was like not a reliable source, but I saw something say like he could be just gone the entire season, which would be super crazy. I don't know what they're going to do, but I keep hearing like, oh, the decision's coming this week. It's coming this week. So it'll be interesting. I know he's at camp right now. So I'm assuming we have to be getting that decision soon. But obviously, it makes a big difference. Like Garrett said, I feel like they're completely different teams with Deshaun in and out. I don't think Jacoby's don't get me wrong. He's a good QB, but I think he is good at what he does. And that's just being like a backup quarterback.
Yeah, I think that it might not go to Deshaun Watson's way with the suspension. I think that he's a decent option, but I just think there's so much uncertainty following the team that it could lead to such an uncertain season of how it's going to go. But I see Deshaun Watson getting suspended for a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see how the team plays it. I mean, I'm kind of with Garrett. First off, he should be suspended personally for the whole season if you're going to suspend a guy for betting on a game. It wasn't even his game, I don't think. Was it?
It wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. So I
No.
think it's a whole different story if it's his team that he's betting on when he's playing. But if you're going to suspend that guy for a season, I mean, all this stuff that is surrounding Deshaun Watson, and yeah, I just think that it's a bad situation all around. But it kind of leads into a question from Ethan Jorgensen. Shout out Ethan Jorgensen. He asked us over under for Deshaun Watson suspension length.
Oh gosh.
I'll start it off. I think it's over. I'm going to put it at 8 games. That's my guess. Is I think he's going to be suspended 8 games. Garrett, what do you think? Over under 4 games?
Yeah, I gotta say over. I don't think. I mean, hasn't his like PR team come out and said they're gonna like immediately sue the NFL if he gets suspended? So
Yep.
Yeah, I think he'll get sussied, but we'll see how that lawsuit come out. So
Yeah.
But yeah, over.
Is it over 4?
Yeah, over under 4.
Over under 4. Yeah, I'm gonna go over as well. I feel like I'm feeling a 10 bomb.
Wow, 10. That'd be crazy.
I think they might. I don't know. I think they're worried about suspending him too little and then suspending him too much. They might just go in the middle and just settle with the 10. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good guess. I think it's going to be around 8. That's what I've been hearing a lot. But last question from Ethan Jorgensen as well. But last question about the Browns we have is if the Browns are good this year, if everything works out with Deshaun Watson, Ethan wants to know, Garrett, will you reclaim your Browns fandom?
No, I think we've been over this. Whatever team Odell Beckham Jr. is on, that is my team. And I think he's just mad that like Odell, I mean, like I was a Rams fan last year and he hates Jalen Ramsey. Like he hates him. So he's just mad that I like a team that has a player that he does not like. But we met each other when Odell was on the Browns. So I would say I was a Browns fan. So it's just, he can't just wrap his head around that. But no, I'm not going back to the Browns. Odell is not going back to Cleveland. So therefore, I will not be a Browns fan.
At least you stick to your somewhat loyalty of Deshaun Watson. I mean, of Odell Beckham. But as people might know that watch this, and you kind of insinuated when you did your first episode, I personally hate the fact that Garrett does this. It's one of my least favorite things about sports now is that people do crap like this.
But so my dad's from Denver. I was a Broncos fan before.
Oh, so now you're a Broncos fan because they got Russell Wilson.
No.
He's a Broncos fan.
That's not what I'm
Packers
saying.
fan.
That's not what I'm saying. You got to let me finish what I'm saying here.
Okay.
I'm saying that I was a Broncos fan before Odell, like before I was a fan of Odell. So once Odell's done in the league, I have no other choice to just but go back to Denver. I mean, I already root for them because like it's the family team, but there's eliminate the Odell at the top, and then the next team is the Denver Broncos. So but it's a coincidence that the Broncos are looking good this year. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Devin, you have anything to add to that?
There. Big coincidence.
I mean, what do you want me to do?
No, I'm glad you said that though, because you've been saying that Denver Bronco comment for like 2 years now, and now we're gonna have it set in stone on the YouTube video, so I can go back to it when Odell retires it, and you're not a Broncos fan.
What are you gonna do when Odell retires?
Like personally?
What
do you want me to say? I'm gonna cry or
no. I'm saying like who are you gonna root for?
I wouldn't judge you. I would not judge you.
I'm saying I'll be a Denver Broncos fan once he retires.
Okay. That's fair.
But he's rooting for the Rams this year.
Well, I mean, if Odell is on the Rams, then I root for the Rams. But he's still a free agent, which is like the most likely team he's going to go to, which I hope he goes back. But we'll see.
All right, well, let's move over to another team in the AFC North, the AFC, the defending AFC champions in the Cincinnati Bengals. Jackson asked us another question. Do you guys think that the Bengals are going to be able to make a deep run again in the playoffs? Devin, let's start with you.
Man, very good question. I think it's gonna be tougher. I mean, I think the Ravens are gonna be playing a lot better than it happened whatever happened last year. They're gonna have a little more competition there. The Steelers aren't gonna be as good without Big Ben, so it'll be interesting. Obviously, they make the playoffs. Deep playoff run. I don't know. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Their run last year was not lucky. Like, they played well. Jamar is insane. So is Joe Burrow. I just don't know if I see them doing it again. But like, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I mean, I think they beefed up their O-line a little more this offseason, but I could be wrong. So they're definitely not looking worse. I just don't know for sure if I would say that they're gonna make another deep playoff run. But they'll make the playoffs.
Are they winning the division in your opinion?
Gosh. I think they will. I think they will barely.
G, what do you think?
I think Devin said that they did not get lucky. They got lucky in the sense that they had like no injury problems the whole year, which was like a blessing for them because the only real problem was their offensive line, and Joe Burrow still had all of his weapons to throw to. So I think they did get like a little lucky with injuries, but that was good for them. I think they have what it takes to make another run. But I just,
well, don't you think
to see? It's hard to predict,
Don't you think that most teams that like make deep playoff runs and make to the Super Bowl, besides, I mean, the Rams obviously did with Odell, like going down in the Super Bowl, like that's huge. But for the most part, I feel like usually teams are completely, like pretty close to completely healthy if they're going to go and make a Super Bowl run.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, like no like major injuries, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
but because like there's teams that like fall off, or like because like the Buccaneers, they had Marquise Goodwin, or not Marquise Goodwin, sorry, Chris Godwin go down with like an ACL in like week 16 or something like that. So I feel like they could have made a better run if they had him. But yeah, to go back to Devin's comment that the Bengals are winning the AFC North, I think that's a little funny.
Why?
The Ravens are the best team in that division this year. With if Lamar can stay healthy, I don't think it's like a question at all, because Devin is a certified known Lamar Jackson hater.
I'm not a hater.
He preys on Lamar Jackson's
I do not pray on his downfall. I don't overrate him. I'm realistic in everything I say.
You're not realistic.
He's not a good thrower.
That's false.
He's not a very accurate thrower, but he's one of the best running quarterbacks in the league, and it makes up for it because he can run.
He's a better thrower than you think he is. That you give him credit for.
He's in the NFL, so obviously he's a better thrower. But I'm saying his running ability is what makes him who he is, and his passing is a little lacking, to be honest. I don't think that's being a hater. I say the same thing about Tua. It's just
so you're comparing Lamar and Tua now?
No, I'm saying they both can't. I'm saying they both can't throw.
Okay.
Let's make sure we're not comparing Lamar and Tua. Yeah, let's make sure
Tua's not good.
Who has a better arm? Who has a better arm, Tua or Lamar?
Lamar.
Okay. Just making sure.
You're hating way too much on Lamar Jackson.
How am I hating?
He's a decent to good thrower. I'm not going to say he's one of the best throwers, but because of his legs. Compare him to who?
To top like 8 QBs. Don't compare
him to Rodgers. QB. When he's healthy, he's top.
Not passing wise.
Who cares?
Quarterback.
I'm just saying quarterback. You can only do so much throwing the ball. You have to have precision throwing the ball, and he doesn't have that all the time.
He has precision.
No,
yes, he does.
He's not as accurate as you guys are making him out to be.
I think you should go back and watch the game.
Let's watch one single game. Let's watch one single game where he played well.
Let's
just say that man better get absolutely paid.
Bro
after
throws.
after what Kyler Murray just got, that man should be getting paid money because he is so much better than Kyler Murray.
He's a way
so much better.
He's so well-rounded.
He doesn't have Hollywood Brown now, and a lot of his touchdowns. I know this for a fact because I had him on my fantasy team. I had Mark Andrews on my fantasy team. I can't tell you how many touchdowns Mark Andrews had that were wide open. That's
supposed to be Lamar Jackson's fault?
No, but I'm saying you can't just give him credit for.
I would hope he's hitting. I hope he's hitting receivers that are wide
open. You guys
open
are taking this out of context.
I know what I'm saying, Devin. I just think you need to give Lamar Jackson more credit, and I think that he'll prove it to you this season. He'll prove it to you this season.
He's the top 10 QB in this league.
He's top 5.
But the Bengals have a better. The Bengals have a better team than the Ravens.
I agree with you.
And that is why I think they will have a better record this season.
I agree with you.
I do not hate Lamar Jackson. I think he's a really good QB. Okay.
Boom. Yeah, I don't think that the Bengals have a pretty challenging schedule this year. So I think it'll be very difficult for them to get 10 wins at least. So I mean, if you really look at it, you look at their schedule. Okay, let me run you through the teams here.
Okay, let's do it.
So we got Pittsburgh week 1, obvious win.
Dub.
Then we got Dallas at Dallas week 2. I give them an L for that.
Whoa, that's a dub.
It's a dub against Dallas.
Yep.
I don't know.
I got the Bengals in that one.
Okay. Then week 5 they play.
Whoa,
the Ravens.
Where's week 3 and 4?
Yeah, we got the Jets.
Okay,
we got the Jets.
The Jets and the Dolphins. I'm going through the notable opponents.
Go through the notable ones.
So
we'll do predictions later, Devin.
Week 5, we got Baltimore. And then I think the Saints will be good this year, but week 6 they have to go to the Saints. Then week 12, it's like a very tough last stretch because all these good teams are like crammed into one at the end of the year. So they got Tennessee, Kansas City, Cleveland, Tampa Bay, New England, then Buffalo. So they have to play what is it? 2 back-to-back weeks to the top teams in the AFC East.
All I'm saying is that down the stretch last year, they had to play the Raiders, and then they had to play the Titans, and then they had to play the Chiefs. And they made it through all those games in clutch moments. And I think that Joe Burrow will lead them at the end of the season. I think that the Bengals are going to win the division again because I think that Joe Burrow has more talent around him than Lamar Jackson does. And I think that he'll be able to use that. And he's a great QB. And the people that are saying that they think that Joe Burrow is going to fall off after last year, I think that they're crazy. And I think that he will once again have a great season and lead them to the playoffs. I think that the AFC is a little bit too deep for them to make another deep playoff run, but I think that they will definitely have a good season and still win the division.
Do you think teams, now that Jamar Chase has a year under his belt, do you think teams will like figure him out and find out ways to shut him down? Because he was getting way too much as a rookie receiver.
Maybe a little bit, but I still think that he's definitely a top 5 wide receiver and that he can exploit. He'll get his.
Yeah, I think he probably is going to get not exposed, but you know what I mean. What you're referring to. A lot of defenses are going to know how to play him better, but I don't think it's going to matter offensively. I mean, they still have T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, so I wouldn't be worried about it.
All right. All right, we'll see.
All right, let's move over to the Ravens. We've already talked about them enough, but Jackson had another question. He just asked, will the Ravens compete? And does Lamar have enough weapons around him besides Andrews? I'll start off. I think that the Ravens do compete. I think they make the playoffs. I think that they're probably the second best team in this division. I think that they'll still make the playoffs, but I don't know if he has enough offensive weapons around him besides Mark Andrews. But they're a really run-heavy team, so I don't think it'll make that much of a difference to them. But having that over-the-top threat in Hollywood Brown will be missed from them.
Yeah, for sure. But they do get to keep key offensive guys back from injury in J.K. Dobbins and Rashad Bateman. So I think, obviously J.K. Dobbins, he's a really good runner. He kind of got his, he didn't even play last season. It got cut short. So I think they'll be a lot better offensively than people are giving them credit for. I think they do need to try to find somebody. I mean,
OBJ.
Julio just got signed. We'll see. But
Garrett just doesn't like OBJ in that offense.
Why?
Yeah,
I wonder why.
I don't know.
Is it the QB?
No, it's because
No.
they're a run-heavy team.
Is it the
Why
QB?
why would a wide receiver as a wide receiver? Why would you want to go play in Baltimore?
That comment,
But why is it
that
run
comment
heavy?
right there?
Why is it
That
run heavy?
comment-
Because
Is
why is it run
because
heavy?
of the
Lamar
running
Because you have
backs?
Jackson?
Listen.
Is
You have
it
two.
because
No. Can you listen? Because they have great
Let me
running
talk
backs.
after.
They just got J.K. Dobbins back, who is a great running back. So why wouldn't you take the chance? And yes, Lamar Jackson has great legs. Why would you not take advantage of Lamar Jackson having great legs and put him in space? You'd be silly to do so.
all
See
I'm gonna
that
say
comment
is
right there,
it
Matt,
speaks
is
for itself.
why
It speaks for itself.
I said that comment is exactly
Why
why
are they
you're
a run heavy offense?
you're a certified Lamar hater. Just admit it.
Hater.
You
might as well be Skip
It's
Bayless
Lamar.
with LeBron James.
Yeah. For
Nah,
real,
you guys.
for real.
Did you see that? Skip Bayless put LeBron 9th on his list. That's insane.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, but I think since the Ravens, they have Lamar, why not utilize his legs? That's why they're a run-heavy offense, Devin. But passing is always the second option in a Lamar Jackson offense. That's just how it's going to be. It's how it has to be. So,
It has to be like that.
yeah, it has to be like that.
Okay.
You're stupid
Okay.
if you
I'm
run
messing,
a
I'm
run-heavy
messing.
offense with Lamar Jackson.
Devin
Plus,
really
John
wants his
Harbaugh-
name to.
Yeah. John
Devin
Harbaugh
really-
is a really good coach. Gets not enough credit for that guy. But
Devin really wants to be in the title again.
yeah,
Guess what? The viewers are gonna have my back again, like they did last time. And by viewers, I mean Jackson.
Dev, you have anything else you want to add? Are the Ravens competing? Does Lamar have enough weapons?
I kind of touched on it earlier, but they're going to compete. They're going to make the playoffs, whether that's winning the division over the Bengals or getting the wild card spot. They easily make playoffs. I am a little concerned about the offensive weapons. It'll be interesting to see how Bateman developed this summer. He was pretty good last year, but they're going to need him to step up big time. And they're going to need a wide receiver too to fill a big hole. I'm not familiar with their roster too much, so I don't know if they.
So I'm
that,
looking at it right here. Right now, listed at their wide receiver 2 is Devin Duvernay. So Devin Duvernay, he's more like a special teams kick returner, punt returner guy. I don't know.
They're screwed. They're screwed.
He wasn't. How are they screwed? They also have James Proche the second. Big name right there. We know who that guy is. And then Benjamin Victor, shout out Ohio State, as a backup. But also, they drafted a really good O-lineman center in Tyler Linderbaum from Iowa. So I think I'm pretty sure their offensive line is always strong. Same as their defense. Their defense is always solid. So I just think the biggest concern of the Ravens is going to be putting up consistent points. So I guess that's the one thing that they're going to have to focus on.
Do you guys know which division the AFC North has to play? NFC division, you know what I'm talking about?
NFC division, they play. Pretty sure they play the South. And NFC South, yeah.
Okay. Let's move over to the last team in the Steelers. And Jackson asks, how's this QB situation looking for the Steelers? And also, do we think that the Steelers have a chance to have a losing record this year? Garrett, let's start with you.
Chance? A chance to have a losing record? I honestly don't see him getting more than 5 wins this year.
Wow.
I understand Mike Tomlin's a really good coach, but he had Big Ben. He had Big Ben to be there for him, be consistent. Big Ben couldn't really throw it very well. He's the GOAT, but got injured way too much. He's a slow guy, only check downs. But I just don't see the Steelers having maybe more than 5 games, but like I think they pretty much have a guaranteed losing record. I mean, who's their QB right now? Not Mason Rudolph. It's is it gonna be Mitch Trubisky?
Kenny Pickett.
Mitch Trubisky, Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, all 3 of those very average QBs.
Do you think that Kenny Pickett?
No.
Oh, you don't like Kenny
Pickett
then?
is the guy. Kenny Pickett is the guy.
Wow.
Give him a couple years. He's the guy. Trust.
Okay, I'm talking about this year though.
Oh, I know.
I'm thinking.
I needed to make that clear.
Sure. I like Kenny Pickett. I think he's a good guy, but this year the Steelers are gonna suck. They're gonna suck really bad. Sorry to say, Jackson, because I know you're a Steelers fan, but no, they're not. I don't see them being good this year at all.
Dev,
I don't know. It's just tough because their division is difficult. They have. I don't think they have an easy schedule. So
they don't. Listen to this schedule.
Yeah.
Listen to this. Listen to this. They start at Cincinnati, at home against New England, at Cleveland. Then you play at home against the New York Jets. The Jets, as we talked about, could be decent. I could see them winning that game. At Buffalo. Then they play at home against Tampa Bay Buccaneers, at Miami, and at Philadelphia. That's all before their bye week. And it doesn't get any easier after.
I think this is what I'll say. The team they have now has the chance. Okay, not in their circumstances right now. There's no chance they have a winning record. Say they were playing an easier division this year, I'd say there's a decent chance. But just because of the position they're in, I'm gonna give them probably I'm kind of with Garrett, maybe 6, maybe 7 wins. I just can't give them more than that. But I could be wrong.
They also lost Juju too, which sucks for them.
Yeah.
I mean, Chase Claypool, Mapletron, he's pretty good, but he also is.
I don't think they're going to be as bad as
Chase Claypool.
Yeah, it's annoying. I don't think they're going to be as bad as people seem, but they're definitely not going to be great because of.
I think with their schedule,
they're in.
I think with their schedule, they could be a team if they didn't have Mike Tomlin as their coach, could be a team that could win 4. What?
Oh, I thought you were about to hate on Mike Tomlin. My bad.
Oh. No. I was going to say that they would win 4 games if it wasn't for Mike Tomlin. But I think that they'll win more 6, maybe 7 because of how good of a coach he is. I think that I think the Steelers have been a mediocre team for a decent amount of the last couple of years, and they've made the playoffs a couple of times because of Mike Tomlin's coaching. So I'm kind of with you guys. I see
don't even think about saying something bad about Mike Tomlin because last year, remember, Aaron Rodgers smiled at Mike Tomlin on the sideline. So Devin automatically is going to defend Mike Tomlin till he dies.
I
thought I was about to get a thing where he got fired or something like that. I was like, there's no Mike Tomlin did not get fired. Yeah, but I'm not like Devin and forget who gets fired. So
you acting like I was cheesing over that situation. Why would I want Aaron Rodgers to leave the Packers?
I mean,
I do not want him to join the Steelers, man.
Maybe you just want him to be happy.
I'm disrespect. He's happy in Green Bay. Did you see the way he walked into camp today?
Oh yeah, he looked like a clown.
No,
well, back to it to finish it off. I think that Kenny Pickett. I'm kind of with Garrett. I don't think he's the guy. I don't think that he's going to be that good. I don't think he's going to be that good. He had one good season in college, but I don't see it. I don't see it from him. But the Pittsburgh Steelers will be back in a little bit with Mike Tomlin. But,
hey, in 3 years, he's going to be a baby Justin Herbert.
Wow.
No,
okay,
that is not even close to his playing style.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. No, that's clipped. That's good. Now we're going to end the episode by going ahead and giving our predictions of how we see the AFC North playing out. Let's look at Devin, the real Texas Rangers fan over there. Let's start with you. How do you see the AFC North playing out?
All right. A lot of thought went into this. I've been thinking about this for a few days now. So at the top, I have the Bengals at 11-6. But don't get ahead of yourself.
Hold on. Didn't you wear that shirt last podcast?
Technically, we recorded a podcast 2 days ago, and I wore a different shirt.
Okay.
But
All right.
yeah, it's just
You should
okay.
wear that every,
it just-
you should wear it
it
every
li-
podcast. Just wear every podcast.
okay. Yeah,
Okay, continue.
I
continue.
knew that was gonna
Okay,
happen.
continue. Bengals.
Anyway, Bengals at the top, 11-6. But hold your horses, because guess what? The Ravens are also there at 11-6, and there's going to be a tiebreaker there because they're both going to go 1-1. And I don't know who's going to win the division, but it's one of them. And then we get the Browns.
Wow.
Look, I'm thinking. I actually didn't put any thought into Deshaun Watson being the quarterback or not, but I have him going 7-10 because of Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is that guy. No, I'm just kidding. Deshaun Watson. No, listen. I think Deshaun Watson gets suspended 8 to 10 games. They end 7-10, and I have the Steelers. I'm sorry, Jackson. I am sorry. Like I said, I think in a different scenario they go 500 or higher, but I have the Steelers going 5-12.
Wow.
I feel like you guys are hating on.
No.
this.
I'm not hating on it. I just
like gassing up. I will tell you
what.
I just like gassing up. I just overreacting for no reason.
7 crazy for the Browns. I thought that was pretty realistic.
No, that's not crazy. I can
You
see that
guys got
happening.
me. You guys got me overthinking right now.
No, you're good. You're good. You're
jumbling.
fine. You're fine. I'll go next. I will go. I got the Bengals winning the division, 12-5. They're going to have a great year, 12-5. I got the Ravens right behind. I got them at 11-6 as well, coming up just short. I think they can make some noise in the playoffs though, because guess what? The run offense always travels. Gotta love it. What? What's your problem?
How? We just went over this. They don't have a passing offense. You can't just rely on running in the playoffs.
Matter, Devin. Devin, you just said that
you
just agreed with that.
Unless you're the 49ers,
Lamar Jackson's that guy. Lamar Jackson's that guy. He can come up clutch in the playoffs. Okay, continuing.
You have the same record, Devin. You have the same record. We have 11-6.
I said in the playoffs. Playoffs is a different breed.
Okay.
We'll get to our playoff predictions way at the end, right before the season. Okay, so just hold your horses on that. And if you're watching this, make sure to tune into that. Stay around. It's going to be great stuff.
Make sure you're subscribed.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, I got the Browns at 9-8. Looking at their schedule, they've got a little bit of a tough start through their first 8 games. I think they're 3-5. Then right after their 8th game, they have a bye week, and that's where they turn it back on. Deshaun Watson's back. I think he gets suspended 8 games. They come back, have still some tough games, but I think that they win more games now that Deshaun Watson's back. I got them finishing at 9-8 for the season. Don't really know they'll be like on the cusp of making the playoffs or not. And then I got the Steelers at 6-11. G, how about you?
All right. So at the top of the division. Now let me go through all of these before you guys speak. Okay. At the top, I have Baltimore going 13-4. Okay. And tied for second, I have Cincinnati and Cleveland at 9-8.
I'm leaving the call.
And then I said, don't speak, Devin. And in the last place, okay, so we took a little bit of an intermission between these two segments. Okay, so I really analyzed the Steelers' record and their schedule. I really couldn't find them winning more than 2 games. So I have them at 2-15.
Jackson, you better flame this guy in the comments, man.
2-15?
Okay. So this is how I evaluate.
Not that bad.
Let me take you through this process, okay?
Don't think we forgot about putting the Bengals at 9-8 either. Don't think we forgot about that.
Okay, 9-8 is not ridiculous. Anyways, 2-15 is ridiculous. But looking at if I think the Steelers are better than the team they're playing, I give them an L. I don't care about momentum. I don't care about what happens. I don't care happens in between weeks, like injuries.
But you
and
have to
all
you have
that.
to
But
put
I'm
the,
looking.
you have to
I'm
put the
looking at it
momentum.
objectively. I'm looking
You
at
have
it
to look at it
objectively.
with momentum and how the season's going. You have to think about that.
I disagree.
Let me tell
I
you
disagree.
the games that they're going to win. Ready?
Okay.
They're going to beat the Panthers.
Yep.
Okay? Big dub right there. They're going to beat the Falcons.
Okay.
They will beat the Saints. The Saints, I hate the Saints, man. The Saints are always that mid team that sucks, and everyone overhypes them every single year. Oh,
Are you sure?
The Saints aren't good. Alvin
you
Kamara's
sure?
not even going to be on the field after 6 games. Bro's getting suspended. Jameis Winston is not that guy. He can try to hype you up pregame all you want.
Jameis Winston is
talking
good.
Talking about chicken legs before the game. It don't matter. The Saints are not good. Their defense is overrated. They got Taysom Hill. They paid him like this huge contract. That tells you enough about the Saints organization. Drew Brees is gone. The Saints are frauds. That's a 3rd win right there.
Okay, wait.
All
Don't
right.
they get Michael Thomas back though?
They will beat the Jets too, because guess what? The Jets are also not good. And you guys are overhyping the Jets. I don't care if Zach Wilson is into Cougars. They aren't good. That's 4 wins. I'm on the cusp of 4 and 5. Those are the for sure wins.
Okay. So this is all opinion based.
You both don't think that they win one division game. One division game.
No.
Well, yeah. So
you guys give me every single chance, or you guys hold me accountable here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want this to be on record. I don't care if they end up winning 5 games. Okay, sure. Flame me for them getting 3 more wins than I predicted.
They might win 7.
No, but I will take the heat. I will take the heat if I'm like way off here. But I just don't see them winning that many games. I think Carolina is going to be better than people think. I think Baker having Christian McCaffrey will be good for him because he can just dump it off to CMC as much as he wants. But
if he stays healthy.
Yeah, if he stays healthy, like he never does. Also, the Browns, all over 21 bettors out there, they haven't won their week 1 game since like 2000. So automatically, and they're playing Carolina as well that game. So Baker's gonna just be absolutely revenge game for him. So automatically 0-1 to start the season for the Cleveland Browns.
I want to say something real quick before we switch it up, and then Matt, you can finish with what you want to say. I don't see a team with Najee Harris only winning 2 games. And that's with Mitchell Trubisky at QB. I get it. Mitchell Trubisky is not the greatest, but he's not that bad. Their defense is not bad at all.
Okay.
It's a solid system. I know the juju probably hurts, but, I mean, you still have Claypool. And don't forget about Deontay Johnson. Honestly, I'm starting to feel better about the Steelers. I might give them 6 wins.
Okay.
Maybe 7, honestly.
I understand that, but I had all of that information in my mind when I was thinking about the record.
That's
and
insane.
I still don't think
that's
that
insane.
Okay.
Once again,
willing to take the heat.
You guys are arguing. You guys are arguing between 2 wins and 5 wins. They're going to be a bad team. Yeah. They're not going to be good.
They might win 7.
What's the difference if you don't make the playoffs? You suck anyways.
If I'm a Steelers fan, why do you want to win 7? Might as well win 2.
Yeah, you want to win 2. Higher draft pick. Come on. Just tank. Just give up right now, honestly.
Garrett,
you're not making the playoffs.
I wouldn't be shocked if the Steelers have a better record than the Browns.
Okay, okay. Anyways. Besides that.
Without Deshaun Watson there.
Besides that.
Take Deshaun Watson out. Say Deshaun Watson's gone the entire season. Browns will be the one with 3 wins. And the Steelers will have 8 or 9. Yes.
No, I disagree.
Yes.
I disagree.
You don't think that there's more around the Browns to be
all they have is Nick Chubb.
They have Kareem Hunt as well.
They have Amari Cooper.
Yeah, but you don't. If Jacoby Brissett's not that guy.
Didn't he take the Colts to the playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay, but
he's led a team to the playoffs before, has he not?
Yeah. So think about what you just said.
Well, you got to understand.
And they have a great defense.
Come back.
Denzel Ward is a phenomenal cornerback.
Nah,
They
so
have
the
one of the
Colts.
best pass
Matt,
rushers in the game in
Matt.
Myles Garrett.
Listen. The Colts. The Colts are running offense. You know, we're seeing that with Jonathan Taylor. You know,
Okay.
Jacoby Brissett didn't have to throw the ball that much.
Nick
He
Chubb
wouldn't have
is
to-
better than Jonathan Taylor.
What?
Wait, you don't think that?
Taylor is better than Nick Chubb.
Wait.
You're going off of one season, Dev. You're going off one season.
Hold on.
No,
You're telling me
I agree with you right now in their stage. I think that Jonathan Taylor is better. I'm with you. But Nick, it's not like it's that much of a drop off. Like they're like 1A, 1B. I'm not saying that they're the best running backs, but they are both a very good running backs. And they have Kareem Hunt. Garrett, say your piece. Devin, say one last piece, and then we're moving on. Go, Garrett.
I just think that's faded, honestly. Nick Chubb has proven himself to be. I mean, what? This is a stupid thing to say. I'm gonna say it's stupid, but there's a reason. There's a reason he's the second best rated running back in Madden, obviously. So
Stop.
Honestly, that's another reason why he's better than Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor, I mean, he's a great running back. But I just think objectively, as a running back, Nick Chubb is a well-rounded. He's better all around. He's better agile. He's stronger. He can catch it. He can do it all. I just think he can do what it takes to be a good running back. I just think he does better than Jonathan Taylor, which I could be wrong 3 years from now when they both have the same amount of years around, but we can't say Jonathan Taylor is better than Nick Chubb after his rookie season or after what, two seasons
I
or
don't
one
think
season?
it's that big of a gap between the two. I do think Jonathan Taylor is a little better, but I don't think it's crazy that you think your boy Nick Chubb.
How is Jonathan Taylor better?
I mean, let's look at the stats. Let's look at who's going number one in fantasy this year. The fact that you used Madden in your argument says enough.
Well, you just use fantasy in your argument.
There's a difference.
Is there?
Fantasy is stats. Madden rankings is just crap thrown in from whoever decides that crap. Justin Herbert's like an 85 overall, I think. Like, you can't tell me Justin Herbert's an 85 overall quarterback. You can't tell me Tom Brady's a 97 overall quarterback. Okay. He's like 94,
that's
93.
That's why I said it was a stupid point to make.
Yeah. But, all right. We're going on too long here. I'm sorry.
All right. There we go. That's a discussion for another day. But we wanted to end this episode how we always like to, and that is by sharing a Bible verse. So, Devin, I believe that you are sharing with us tonight, correct?
Yep. All
right, perfect. Go ahead and give it to us.
Yep. So I got kind of like a long one here, but it's basically just talking about God's everlasting love for us. And it's going to be Romans 18:31, which says, "What then shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? He who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for us all, how will he not also with him graciously give us all things? Who shall bring any charge against God's elect? It is God who justifies. Who is to condemn? Christ Jesus is the one who died, more than that, who was raised, who is at the right hand of God, who indeed is interceding for us. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or danger or sword? As it is written, for your sake we are being killed all day long. We are regarded as sheep to the slaughtered. No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. For I am sure that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor rulers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor powers, nor height, nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God in Christ Jesus our Lord." Sorry, that was a long one, but I just think it's important to know that, like, whatever we're going through, God's there with us through it all. It's easy to feel down on yourself. Maybe you're struggling with like a sin that you just keep doing over and over again. You just feel like you're a failure or you're not good enough, but God's always there for you, and it doesn't matter like what tribulation you're going through. He's always going to be there for you, and he always loves you unconditionally.
Yeah, that's great. That's good stuff. I know that's something that we kind of all, I think, feel is like feeling like we fall short of God and like, oh, he's this perfect person. We are so sinful. And I think that's important to remember his love for us and everything. So I think that's really good. Once again, we just want to thank you for tuning into this episode of the Versus podcast. We are having so much fun talking NFL content. We can't wait for the season to come up and just everything that entails that, everything that we'll get to talk about through the NFL season. Yes, Garrett.
Can I just want to say one thing. I just want to like reiterate, you guys have every right, whoever listens to this, you guys have every right to comment down below and tell me how faded I am for my selections or my predictions. Please come at me. I will respond to you on this podcast. I will take a look. I will look at you and I will compare. I will look and I will debate you. I mean, so yeah, just come at me. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the heat. You know, they say if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen. I'm here. So come at me, you know.
You definitely ain't cooking though, that's for sure.
I'm ready.
Finish up, Matt.
All right. Well, we just thank you guys again. Please just go ahead and like this video, comment down below if you want to go after any of our takes, but especially Garrett's. And then please subscribe to this channel as we continue to try to grow. We're trying to get to that 100 sub mark, so please just help us to do that. If we could try to hit that before the NFL season, we would love that. But we just love your guys' support. Please just follow us on Instagram at versus.podcast_ and on TikTok at versus.podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see y'all in the next one.
Peace.